Hey everybody, welcome to the Mud Jug 1 channel. I am your host. Today we're doing something a little bit different, as you can tell by the title. Now, I am personally a Monster Energy drink fanatic. I love to have carbonation, especially with my meals, and then to prime me for a big fat hog leg of that Copenhagen. I love Monster because of the flavor. I like this particular one. I like the white can. I like the black can with the blue. I like the low calorie, non-sugar shit because I have a fucking physique to maintain, you know what I'm saying? But I did something different the other day. I took a can of regular Monster black with the green M, and because I'm a big fan of Monster flavor, I took some and I put it in this can of Copenhagen long cut. I let it soak in the fridge for about 2 days, and then I sampled it. And it actually tastes pretty damn good. Now, I did a video on the Mountain Dew one, the Mountain Dew flavor. A few videos ago, I did that with Mountain Dew, and it kind of gave it a little bit. I did it with a natty, Copenhagen Natural, and maybe that took away from it. This one seems to stand out a little bit better. Maybe the Monster has the chemicals and shit. Yes, I know Monster's not good for you, I know, but it tastes great. As far as energy, Monster doesn't give me much energy. Coffee doesn't do shit. I'm a kind of a stimulant junkie, so none of this shit actually does anything for me. I just drink it for the flavor. So anyway, we are gonna give this another shot. I just sampled it earlier. It's a little more moist. I didn't put too much in there. What I did is I put about a tablespoon of regular Monster in this. So, you know, the Mountain Dew video that I did a few weeks back, I asked people what they would like to see, and a lot of people would like to see Dr. Pepper. Some people said Red Bull, but I tried the Monster this time. So it's been soaking since the last time I tried it. So we're gonna load our lip. We'll let that process and ferment a little. We do need a mud jug to spin in. Mud jug of the day, the brand new Southern Bass Roadie. We do have this mud jug in a classic, but because the film was a little bit bigger, we figured it would look really good on a Roadie. And check that shit out. Look how sick that looks. It looks really sick right there. And of course, it has some of the Confederate flag lures and shit on there, jigs, etc., whatever. And you know, this Roadie, 20% off using the code BASS all weekend long. We're gonna keep both around. A lot of people requested that we make this jug. The Southern Bass Classic is a really big seller. It's one of our top selling jugs, so we figured we would give it a shot on the Roadie because a lot of people asked for it, and it is a popular pattern. So that's the mud jug of the day. We're gonna let this soak a little longer. I am feeling a little bit more, tasting a little bit more of the Monster flavor than I did when I first tried it, which was last night. So it has been fermenting a little bit more, and it's maybe soaking in that flavor. We're gonna talk about NASCAR. I want to know if there's people who watch my videos. Let me take this shit off. It's getting hot in here. Whew. By the way, Confederate camo hoodie. People are buying these like crazy now. It's getting cold. These things are so sick, the quality. Anyway, NASCAR, Chase is going on. I want to know, I mean, how many of our viewers that watch our videos are actually NASCAR fans? I'd really be curious to know, because we made an attempt at selling a Dale Jr. mud jug with 88 on it. Didn't sell worth a shit. We now have the Finish Line, the checker flag mud jug. That mud jug doesn't sell very well at all. It's like, I don't know what these race fans want to see as far as mud jugs are concerned. But nonetheless, Chase is going on. I'm really digging this Martin Truex Jr. guy, man. Not just because he's been winning, but because he has been winning, I've been seeing a lot of his personality. You get a good feel for someone, at least in interviews, as much as you can, you know, expect. You get a good feel for someone's personality when they win and they're getting interviewed and so on. And Martin Truex Jr., he just seems like he's a class act. The guy's been tearing it up. He's on a small little race team, as a, you know, compared to some of the other teams in the Cup Series. But yeah, he pulled it off, won another race. I think he's won 3 in the last 5, which is amazing and awesome to see. I want to know who you guys are pulling for. By the way, Tony Stewart got knocked out of the chase, and thank God. I think I made my decision. I came to the conclusion he's an asshole. He's not like Kyle Busch, but he's damn near there. He just thinks his shit don't stink, and that he's the best thing since sliced bread. By the looks of his stomach, he looks like he's been eating a few too many slices of bread, if you know what I'm saying. Did you guys watch the Ryder Cup? Oh my goodness. Let me know down below if you guys watched the Ryder Cup. Let me know if you guys are golf fans. I'm a big golf fan because I like to try and play golf. I'm not that good. I usually shoot in the high 80s, low 90s, which is terrible. But man, the Ryder Cup was insane this weekend. The energy, the crowd, of course, we finally won the cup back. And to see some of the camaraderie and the competition, it was freaking insane. Next time it comes to the U.S., Chris Dipswell and I, we're going to go. We're going. Fuck it, we're going. Because we can't miss out on that type of fun. I mean, we're going to go dressed up in American flag shit, and we're going to harass the Europeans like nobody's business. People who don't like watching golf should have tried watching the Ryder Cup, because that gives you a whole new perspective of the game of golf, man. Crazy. Do want to say that Arnold Palmer just passed away, which is unfortunate. He was old. I know he did a lot for the game. Guy was an amazing character, an amazing role model, and you know, unfortunately, when we get old, we die. So that's just a lesson for us all, that life is precious, and we gotta live every moment like it's our last. Let's see, we got some fan letters here, actually. I don't like calling them fans because I'm not anybody special, but a lot of people always say, hey, big fan of your videos. Well, you know, okay, yep. Appreciate that, but I'm just a regular dude, just acting like a dumbass. I want to give a shout out to this particular female. Her name is Aisha Hubbard. Now, she was basically, she's an African American, and she doesn't support Black Lives Matter movement. She basically wrote me a letter thanking me for, you know, shedding some light on the Confederate flag, and she gave me a little history, and you know, told me about her family, her ancestors from back in the day who lived through the civil rights, you know, movement and all that stuff. Anyway, she just wrote a letter and said, you know, God help us all with the way that the country is in right now, and thanks to Mudjugs, thanks for supporting the troops, have a good day. So I just want to give her a shout out. It's pretty nice to get letters like that, you know, especially during times like this where everybody's just mad and hating everybody, which, you know, it's amazing. 7 billion people on this planet. Imagine if we all just loved each other instead of hated each other. But anyway, there's my little Elton John, you know, my little Elton John fucking line. I want to give her a shout out. We're going to do Troops of the Week. I got my list here. Troops of the Week. These guys sent me a letter. This was, you know, a nice little letter, and they actually wrote a song, a little dipping song called Copenhagen Snuffalicious. I'm not going to read it just because for time, you know, restraints, I'll be here for an hour. But these guys sent me a letter. Private Nicodemus and Private Gilman, they're stationed in Fort Leonard Wood, and they're in basic training. They're training. They're in the Army, or training to be MPs in the Army. So I want to give them a big shout out. Also, Lance Corporal Cody Leach, U.S. Marine Corps. He is stationed out in Hawaii. They got about $400 worth of Mudjugs last week, so I wanted to give him a shout out. Brandon James Harrison, U.S. Army. And SPC Trevor B. Adkins, who was killed in action in Afghanistan in 2012. So those are Troops of the Week. We're gonna do mail call now. Mail call. I got some mail. I'm trying to accumulate a little bit of mail. Check it out. Grizzly finally quit sending out their stupid ass Grizzly pouch promos, and they finally got a nice little flyer of the Grizzly Premium Dark Mint. Now, if you haven't seen my review, my last video, I did a review on, two videos ago, I did a review on Copenhagen Mint and the new Grizzly Dark Mint. In stores, Grizzly Premium Long Cut. Let's see what we got for coupons. $1.50 off. Claim your free 6-pack of freshly minted lids. Did you see this? Chris did one? Mm-hmm. I never even saw that shit. I don't know. What is that? Different lids?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Those are kind of cool. MyGrizzly.com. What? Fresh Grizzly? MyGrizzly.com. Yep. So, anyway, that's that. And this is an older Grizzly one. What are they promoting here? They're giving away prizes and shit. And I always ask people if they ever received anything on these prizes, if this is legit or not. And a couple people have commented, said they have won some shit. So I'd suggest maybe going to mygrizzly.com, trying to win some shit. Let's see, Copenhagen. This is probably a mint. Nope, doesn't look like it. Probably a mint flyer. Let's see, Copenhagen will kill you. Let's see, Copenhagen will cause your dick to grow and your chest hair to fall out. Oh, well, I prefer that. Oh, Copenhagen snuff. 194 years, dude. Okay, so in 6 years, maybe Copenhagen will actually do a promo for 200-year anniversary and get a Copenhagen mud jug. Yeah, right. That's it. Freshcope.com, bitches. Now it's time for Picks of the Week. If you guys want to be part of the Picks of the Week, make sure you send us a picture to MJ Photos at mudjug.com. Boot Barn Picks. We want Boot Barn Picks. Boot Barn, we are in every Boot Barn now. Now, get yourself a mud jug from Boot Barn. Take a picture in front of Boot Barn. Send this to us, and you can be part of Picks of the Week. So I had this shit in for a while. I gotta say, I do like it. It could be stronger in the Monster flavor. Again, you know, I gotta get a hold of some Monster syrup. Maybe Chris Tips 1 and I need to go break into the Monster facility, which is just down the street, by the way. We need to break in there and get some of their Monster syrup and make this shit real heavy-duty Monster. But are you gonna get a, you know, you're gonna get a pick-me-up from a tablespoon or teaspoon, what did I say? Tablespoon of Monster in your dip? Probably not. I could drink a case of this shit and sleep for a week right after. So, out of a rating, you know, I rate this a 10. This is my everyday dip. I'd probably rate the Monster flavor a 10 as well. I mean, you know, I'm interested to see maybe a Dr. Pepper. I'm going to try a Dr. Pepper. I've talked to George over at Tough Guy, and he said that maybe he can get some Dr. Pepper flavored syrup and to give this a shot. So maybe I can get some from that guy, and we will give it a shot with some Dr. Pepper. That's about it for me, folks. Grab yourself a Southern Bass Roadie. And a Confederate camo hoodie. It's getting cold out. It's hunting season. Got to keep your tits warm. You don't want your nipples poking through your t-shirt like Kyle Busch does. Anyway, I gotta go. I got shit to do. Always be a man, reach for that can, because if it ain't dipping, ain't shit, if you ain't packing, you slacking, if you ain't spitting black at your panties, so you'll crack. And don't be a dumbass, grab a Southern Bass. I'm out.